This is Spider-Man Noir in the packaging. This is the back of the card art. And get open this up and continue the review. This is Spider-Man Noir out of the packaging. Spider-Man Noir comes with the left arm of the Build-A-Figure lizard, and it takes 7 parts to complete this, and this will be a separate review. Spider-Man Noir is not the Spider-Man of the main world. This is from an alternate timeline, an alternate dimension in the comic books, set in the past, and it is Peter Parker, again from an alternate world. Let's take a look. This figure uses a lot of reused parts, but it's done well because this is basically how Spider-Man Noir looks in the comic books, just wearing all black and just a mask with goggles. Let's take a look at the accessories first. He has 2. Hasbro has reused these on other action figures, and he has 2 of them. And check this out. On the right hip is a holster, soft plastic. Could hold it right there. But oddly, on the left hip, there is nothing. So, unfortunately, he always has to be holding one. It's kind of weird that they only gave it 1 holster. And I'm going to take this out. And let's take a look at the details of the costume. The one thing that really stands out is the unique head sculpt for the character. The goggles are like silver paint to it. You think it's removable, but it's not. It's sculpted detail, so the goggles are part of the head sculpt. It's 2 colors, you could see. There's black, and there's like a grayish color there. And you see they gave details for a couple of lines. Go to the back here. This trench coat is a definite reused part that they've used a lot before. Here's something interesting on Spider-Man Noir. This trench coat is what he's supposed to be wearing, and the arms give the illusion that is part of the trench coat type look. So the figure is supposed to be wearing the trench coat, but if you take off the coat, it still looks good for the character, even though the shoulder area looks maybe a little bit odd the way it stands out now. But he's supposed to be wearing a vest anyway, with just like arm sleeves as well that I've seen in the comics. But even without the coat on, it still looks well. It still fits, and it matches up well, and it still works in terms of looking good as an action figure on a display. Usually when you take off coats on these characters, it doesn't look good without the coat on, but here I think it looks and works pretty well on its own right. It's easier to show the details with the coat off, so I'm going to keep it off so we can take a look here. You can see this vest with the buttons. They've used this on like Ghost Rider or the AIM Trooper. The neck piece looks new, and they added a collar here. You can see there's some design work here, some type of folds, layers to the coat it's supposed to be. And the hands are open grips. See the belt design. And he's supposed to be wearing baggy pants. And the boot details over here. It is about 6 3/4 inches tall. As for the articulation, the head on a ball joint, up, down range is better, to the sides. Shoulder areas on a ball joint can go up, down, in or out, and swivel bicep. Double elbows, articulation. The wrists, you can spin it and go in or out. Upper torso articulation, good range, and swivel waist. And hips on a ball joint to the sides, up or down, swivel thighs, and double knee articulation. Nothing at the calf, but the ankles in a ball joint can go down, up, to the sides. It should be mentioned with the coat on, the articulation, and it does get in the way a little bit, the way of it folds over the coat for posing. And so that's Spider-Man Noir, and I'll get my final thoughts about it in a moment. And overall, this Spider-Man Noir action figure, the complete package here is really nice. Even if it basically reuses a lot of parts from previous figures. The trench coat has been used on Nick Fury and numerous figures. The upper body uses that AIM Ghost Rider type body mold that they've reused before on other figures. And so there's a lot of reused parts going on here. But the overall presentation still works because this is how he looks in the comic books. And the only thing missing is sometimes he wears a hat, and you don't have the hat here. So that's the only surprise and missing piece, that he wears an optional hat. But the rest of it, I think the look, the trench coat, the design, it looks really nicely done. You know, the presentation works. I'm also surprised it does not include a holster for his other weapon. It only has one on the side. So that's kind of a surprise and disappointment. But again, what you see here is what you get. Overall look and presentation of Spider-Man Noir. He takes place in an alternate reality set in the past, and it was a part of the Spider-Verse storyline. Good action figure in its own right, and it's just a nice costume design. Even though it does look pretty plain and simple, it works. And so that's the review, and thanks for watching.